There's nothing wrong with it. There's just not much right with it.
Yeah.
Like, it tastes good and it gets kids to hydrate. And they get to look cool in their Instagram.
There's a lot of people, and the prime example I have is Prime energy drinks, because they're doing really well. They sponsor the UFC. I think they're now sponsors FC Barcelona, right? But you look at the ingredients, and even Derek did an analysis on Prime. It's a shitty electrolyte drink.
Yeah, I did a review too.
But primarily because of hype and because of who KSI and Logan Paul are, you got all these kids drinking Prime, and it makes me wonder, like, what do you guys think about that? Because it's quite literally, it is a bad product.
Do you want to explain why and how you think stuff like that happens?
Well, I mean, it's just the hype. Kids want to drink it. And they made it. Here's the thing, though. Beyond that, forget Logan Paul, forget KSI. It tastes good.
It tastes great.
So, I mean, and nobody knows to look at electrolyte, like the amounts of them. Nobody knows what that means, but it's literally, it doesn't have enough electrolytes to do anything. So the reason I did my video on my channel is I was pretty much saying, because they had a report that Prime, like, will kill your kids or something. I'm like, no, this will literally do nothing to anybody. There's nothing in here. It's flavored water with a little bit of coconut powder. Has coconut water powder. That's its only ingredient. It's coconut water powder and flavor. That's it.
No, so barely any sodium.
It's really like, well, you know why? Sodium tastes like shit. Sodium doesn't taste good. It'll make it taste salty. They literally just flavored something, coconut water powder.
Made it sweet.
Made it delicious. And coconut water powder tastes delicious. It's coconut water. So you put some flavoring, and you put Logan Paul and KSI, and they obviously probably don't have the biggest ethical compass when it comes to
geniuses.
I wouldn't put my name behind that. I mean, but if you told me I had to make $1 billion, I'd probably consider it very.
I think sometimes some of these things happen because, you know, when you try to make, let's just say you're going to try to make a Gatorade, and you're going to try to make it way better than what, like in your opinion, it's going to be way better than Gatorade. Let's say Mark and I are going to go in on it, and we start talking to some big people about it.
Yeah.
What ends up happening is by the time we get done with our conversation, by the time we talk to these people and we communicate about all the different things that we want to have in it, they're like, well, to compete with Gatorade, you're just going to end up with Gatorade.
Yeah.
Like it's going to, the BCAAs and the EAAs and all the different things we wanted to have in there, it's going to change the flavor profile. Having too much salt in there might make people go to the bathroom, or it might have they might say, hey, look, we've done research on this, and you know, having over 200 milligrams per serving of sodium is kind of a red flag for some people. They don't like seeing that.
Yeah.
They don't want their kids to drink it. Having as much caffeine as you guys are saying maybe is not a good idea. So by the time you get all the way through all that stuff, and then never mind shipping it and the size of it and all these different
damages,
things, it gets to be super complicated. And you're like, okay, well, I guess we'll just make the fucking Gatorade then.
Well, you know, there's actually a good comparison to it. Built, BYLT, Joey Firestone's brand. And
that sounds like a fake name.
No, Joey Firestone is a real man, I think. No, he's my guy. But anyway, so he has built. Its main carb source is platinose, has BCAA, I think. Platinose is a very good carbohydrate.
Never heard of it. Cool.
Platinose is great. It's next level.
Okay.
To next level. And the fact that, you know, he had to relaunch it again. He has some names behind it. He's been trying to do this for the last, I think, 5 years, if not more. Whereas Prime literally skyrocketed it from the beginning. So Built tastes great, but it doesn't taste like Prime because he actually had to flavor stuff. Like Branch Chains taste like shit. So he had to flavor this stuff, right?
Yeah, leucine in particular tastes disgusting.
Yeah. That was the main reason Extend did what it did. We made Branch Chains. There was already 2 products on the market that were similar, but they were the 2 things we did. We made it taste good. We marketed it for intra-workout. There was Ice by Extreme Formulations and Glutamine Select, which is still out by Beverly. Both of them were take pre and post workout. But there was some data on wrestlers and BCAA that were like, this makes sense intra.
Yeah.
And we validated it later with a study of our own, but like that's the reason it made it good. So here's the deal. Built, while it's a great product, it's going to cost more. He's going to have less margin. It's not going to taste as good, even if it tastes great, because Prime's literally flavoring coconut water. Yeah. So
I like, there was a point where like it was at a gas station next to my jiu-jitsu school, so I bought a few. I'm like, ooh, drink
it's delicious.
Prime. It's fucking good. It was so good. And then I was like, wait up. There's fucking nothing in here. Like it just tastes great.
Before I knew it, my wife had it on auto ship from GNC to our house.
Wow.
Because we don't carry it at Tiger. And I'm like, okay, I like GNC. They work with us. That's great. But what the fuck is this doing in my house? You know, I'm like, okay. And then I had to explain, I'm like, well, if they just want flavored water, let's just buy water flavor and let's save all this money on.
Power Project family, your normal shoes are making you weak. This is why I partner with Vivo Barefoot shoes, because they have a wide toe box, they're flat, and they're flexible. So with every single step you're taking, if you're taking a 10-minute walk outside or when you're working out in the gym, your feet are able to do what they're supposed to do in this shoe. They have tons of options for hiking, running, training in the gym, chilling and relaxing, casual shoes for if you're out on a date. You need to check them out. And Andrew, how can they get it?
Yes, that's over at vivobarefoot.com/powerproject, and you guys will receive 15% off your order automatically. Again, vivobarefoot.com/powerproject. Links to them down in the description as well as the podcast show notes.
But Gatorade's not a bad product for its intended purpose. It's fructose and glucose. That's exactly what I think. It's very similar to what Stan recommends people take.
After each workout, I mix 25 to 50 grams of dextrose with 25 to 50 grams of fructose or pulp-free orange juice, and I take 3 buffered salt tablets called thermotabs, along with 100 milligrams of no-dose caffeine tablet. This is a trick I picked up from George Lockhart, who's Conor McGregor's nutritionist.
When I'm on the road and I take carbs during training because I train really hard and I burn a lot of glucose and I'm a high carb guy, right? You can't gain. I'm not going to gain weight on protein and fat.
Yeah.
So like I'll literally get a Gatorade and put some hydroglyph from Ambrosia or some fuel from my branch chains in there, and I'll be like, boom, done, good. I need carbs. So Gatorade, for its intended purpose, is actually not. People shit on it all the time. Yeah, if you're just sitting around drinking Gatorade at your desk, if you're training your ass off, Gatorade's a damn good product. I'll stand behind Gatorade for its intended purpose. Not damn good, but it's fine.
If you're performing and you're sweating, Gatorade's not a bad thing for you to drink.
Electrolytes, fructose. Oh, it's high fructose corn syrup. Yeah, I want fructose. Give me the high shit. I want all the highs. I want all the high fructose.
Yeah.
Inject all my insulin. Suck that up.
I mean, let's be real too. Like, even though we're shitting on it a little bit, like if the kid's drinking that instead of like soda or juice, it's better. It is better than a high calorie juice. Way better, right?
There's nothing wrong with it. There's just not much right with it.
Yeah,
like it tastes good and it gets kids to hydrate. And they get to look cool in their Instagram. I think that's a plus 22. Like, it's great. Look, man, the Paul brothers. I don't think we give them enough credit for being as prolific as they are.
Oh, yeah, they are.
And not only that, Jake's a damn good boxer. I don't care what anybody says. As someone who's boxed, been hit in the face by a lot of people, I don't want to get hit in the face by that man. Like, he's a good fighter. And he's not fighting real boxers. He's fighting fighters, though. Like he's fighting, and also last time I checked, the last guy he fought is a real boxer.
Yeah.
And he lost by decision. Like, have you ever tried going that many rounds with somebody who's a professional, just getting hit in the face? I mean, he's a terrible boxer. I'm like, as opposed to what? Yeah. As opposed to, I don't know, a pro boxer, like one of the top 5? Yeah, Tyson Fury? Okay, yeah, he's terrible. Yeah. Come on.
People do look at him as an influencer, but you got to remember, both of those guys were wrestlers.
Good wrestlers.
They were good wrestlers. And then they got into video making, but they're still athletes.
Wrestlers are, and also like, yeah, I mean, now he's in the WWE. Logan is.
Yep.
I mean, that's very athletic.
Hi there. I know you guys like this video, so check this one out.